Okay, hey, good Thursday morning, everybody. I've got 9 o'clock on the dot here well, I'm on the left coast. I'm in Southern California. I don't know where you guys are at, but I'm going to find out right now before we get started. My name is Chris Saldata. I'm the founder of Simple Listing Solutions, and we're going to talk about some simple listing solutions today that don't require me. Doesn't require Chris Saldata, doesn't require my tools, doesn't require Joe Stumpf, Brian Buffini, Howard Brinton, Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry, CDPE, Program 3648, Harris University. Doesn't require you pulling out a credit card and doing anything. It does require you having some good, strong habits and some dialogue skills and a nice personality and clarity around what you're going to go do, right? So we're going to talk about some simple listing solutions today for getting short sale listings. If you've still got those in your marketplace, and if you don't worry about it, because we're going to talk about how to go get regular equity listings that are popping up all over now. California is almost like buy short sales. That's how fast they're going. But in Michigan and Florida, they're hanging around a few years. In other states, North Carolina, they're going to be around for quite a while. So let me just see where you guys are at today. We've got quite a few people in the room right now. In order to let me know that you guys can even hear my words and you can see my screen, we had some technology issues yesterday. I'm going to ask for everybody's participation right now. I'm going to ask you guys to click on the little arrow icon that you should see on your computer desktop in front of you. Now, if you're sitting in traffic in your car, pulled over on the side of the road on your iPad like a gentleman yesterday, that won't work. But look around on your desktop. You should see a little arrow. And when you click on it, it opens up a drop-down box that you could type comments into, questions, thoughts, ideas, things like that. And when you hit enter, it sends them over to me. What I'd like everybody to do right now is click on that little arrow and just say, hello from the name of your city. Type in hello from Seattle or aloha from Honolulu, wherever you happen to be. And then that's going to let me know that you guys can hear me really well and you can see my screen. We can move forward. And as you do that, there's still people logging into the room. So St. George, Utah is in the house. Hey, Tammy, I know you, Tammy. So Temecula is here, Southern California is here, San Diego's here. Okay, I got St. George, Utah. I got SoCal. I got Hartford. That's way across on the other side of the planet. Florida is always here today. That's on the other side of the planet too for me. Good. You guys are Arizona's here, California. All right, good. Hey, another question. Since you guys are so good at clicking on the arrow and responding. Let's do this. We'll keep it simple. If you've got a ton of short sales in your market, because I want to just kind of get a balance for the crowd here, so how much time I'm going to spend on each subject. If you got a ton of short sales in your market still, type yes. If you don't, type no. Okay, you got a lot of short sales in your market right now, just click on that arrow and type yes. And if they're drying up fast and replacing themselves with equity listings, then just type no. And then I'm going to scroll through these answers too, and I'm going to get a sense of where we're at here with in terms of short sales and regular stuff too. Lots, yes. Yeah, you're on Temecula. Yeah, Temecula's got them. Yeah, okay, all good. Some still, yes. Okay, short sales and we're moving in. I'm good. Okay, good. I know where to go with you guys. So what I want you to know is I'm recording this webinar right now. It's going to go for about an hour, and I'm going to record it. So if you don't take real good notes, that's okay, because I'm going to come over here to my Facebook page where we're at right now. Obviously, we're on Facebook, and we're over at the Short Sale Coaching Club on Facebook. Okay, I'm going to come over here after today's webinar sometime this evening probably, and I'm going to take this recorded video and I'm going to post it over here so you can come back and you can watch it. Right? You can just scroll down. You can just look for the Short Sale Coaching Club on Facebook, and you can just scroll down and find videos. Right, easy to watch. Okay, so no need to take good notes. Just listen real well and pay attention, and you're gonna get some great ideas. So before we get started, let me just take 1 minute really briefly. My name is Chris Saldata. I'm a realtor like you. I have a real estate license. It's not in my pocket right now, but I do have one. I just closed escrow on a nice condo down in La Jolla. Could have sold it 15 times. I wish I had 15 more of them. But I know what you do. Okay, I know what you do. Been doing it for a lot of years. And before I began my real estate career, I traveled the country for a lot of years with a guy by the name of Joe Stumpf. And if you don't know Joe, you ought to, because he's the #1 dialogue skills coach on the planet. Without a doubt. For real estate mortgage brokers, he owns a big company, Bauer for Lonely. Brian Buffini comes out of his big tent, so to speak. So, yeah, I traveled the country with Joe, sold him a couple homes, and the marketing genius behind Joe, Evan Pagan, Dean Jackson, Jerry Ballinger, these guys, amazing guys, and a lot of information leaked out and got on me, and I'm going to share the most fundamental and important learning that I ever received as a real estate agent with you guys today before I show you some simple ways to go get listings, equity listings and short sale listings. And here's what's happening in my market and a lot of markets across the country right now. Really limited inventory, ton of buyers. The buyers, they see we've already hit the bottom of the market. Prices are starting to go back up. Interest rates are incredibly low. I got to get in the game. And in a lot of places, they're still competing with investors for what limited inventory is out there. Which means if you're a buyer agent, just representing buyers, that's tough. That's tough. You don't even know if you're going to get paid, right? And by the way, if you're a listing agent, it's a lot of listing agents, you know what they're doing? They're double ending their listings. So they're like, why do I need your buyer? I can hold this thing open for a week and I'll find a buyer for it. Right? That's happening. Or, sure, I'll take your buyer, but I got a 6% listing agreement over here. 3.5 is going in my pocket, and 2.5 is going in your pocket. Right? Or 4 is going in my pocket, 2 is going in your pocket. Why? Because I got the listing. You want to get your offer accepted? Send it over. Right? So stuff like that going on. So you want to be the listing agent, right? And you want to be working fair. But that's what's happening out there. So we're going to talk about all that stuff. At Simple Listing Solutions, you can come check out some of the stuff that I'm going to show you too, okay? But we're not going to worry about this right now. What we are going to worry about, we're not going to worry about anything today. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California, by the way, just beautiful. Tomorrow's going to be even more beautiful. We're going to talk about how to get listings. And before I show you what agents are doing right now with some of my stuff that you can duplicate, you can go do the same thing. Before I show you that, we have to cover the basics. And some of you, in fact, all of you will probably know this, but I'm going to just hammer it home for you because when we hang up, you're going to go, you're right. Chris was right. That's where the listings come from. Right? That's where the listings come from. They don't come from the internet. They don't come from Craig Proctor, Joe Stump, Brian Buffini, Howard Britton, Tom. They don't come from that. Here's where they come from. I had a phone ringing there in the background, but I'm not going to let it bother me. All right. The 4 keys, your 4 keys to guaranteed real estate success, and I'm going to fly through this pretty quickly. So if you guys have a TC down the hall yelling at, where's that agent visual inspection? You need to just close the door. Okay, but pay attention to this for a second. The 4 keys to your guaranteed success, right? Not any of the people or organizations that I just mentioned. It's your habits. I know this for a fact. When I flew around the country as a trainer for Joe Stumpf, training his mastery members up in Canada, down to Miami, Florida for years, 7-figure income earning. I mean, big producers. I learned. I watched, and then they told me. And what happens for top producers every day isn't the same thing that happens for everybody else, right? Habits. They've got real strong habits. And that's the most important thing that you can have in your practice is real, strong, workaday habits every single day, knowing what you're going to do and doing it, right? Habits are habit forming, right? Make sure you're doing what you want to be doing every day, right? Number 2, your words. Your words. What message are you broadcasting into your marketplace right now? What message is your center of influence hearing from you? Your past clients and the people in your county who know you, like you, trust you? Is it nothing? They're not hearing anything from me. That's a problem, right? Or they're hearing a generic little thing from me. Okay, well, that's better than not hearing anything from you, but that's a problem, right? So what message are you broadcasting to your center of influence? What message are you broadcasting to the NODs, to the list pendings, to those people in default in your neighborhood? What message are you broadcasting to a farm area, right? What message are you broadcasting through the mail to probate people or people who just filed for divorce or expired listings or FSBOs? Right. Whatever market you've chosen to go after, what's your message? Is it if you think about yourself, if you picture yourself as like a broadcasting tower, ping, and you're pinging a song out into the world, is it a song that when people hear it, they go, wow, I love that song. Where's that coming from? Right? And they try and tune in more to your station because they want to hear it. Right? Think about it. Think about your words like that. If you had strong habits and a real good message and an ability to broadcast that message to your target market, they'd be listening, right? Especially if you had the habit of doing it every day, again and again and again and again, a real good message. And then leveraging your inventory, leveraging your relationships, right? Hey, Mom, I'm not a secret agent. I'm a real estate agent. You haven't told anybody about me. I'm going down to that yoga class for seniors with you today, and you're going to tell all 55 of those people that are over there in that pretzel, bend on the floor. You're going to introduce me to them and tell them who I am and what a great realtor I am, right? Are you leveraging, your past clients, your center of influence? How are you doing it? And then your inventory. Like when you get one listing, your listing should lead you to your next 2 transactions, right? The purpose of a listing is to get another one. Who empties your flyer box? All the neighborhood homeowners. So are you leveraging your flyer box? Right? Who comes to the open houses whether you advertise it or not? The neighbors. So do you understand the purpose of an open house is to actually get all the neighborhood homeowners to come to it and meet you and greet you? It's like win their hearts and minds. That's what the purpose of an open house is. Buyers, they'll find it. They're allowed to come, but that's not who it's for. Sure, they're allowed to come, and they're the secondary market. But the primary market for your listing, for your open houses, is to get all the neighborhood homeowners to come over and meet you, and then do what? Hear your message. They come over and they go, oh, wow, what's that song you're singing? And then they go back to the house, hey, honey, where were you all day? I was at this open house up the street. This agent up there singing an amazing song. You got to hear the words to it, right? So if you had a habit of leveraging your inventory, right? If you had a habit of communicating to your center of influence, your past clients, and you had a real good song you were singing, things start to change. I call it shaking the apple tree. Right? Your past clients, your center of influence, the people who know you, like you, trust you, they're all apple trees full of apples, and the apples represent everybody they know that you don't know. Right? So if you say, hey, Chris, I have 5 past clients and 3 people in this town who know me, like me, trust me, I'd say, okay, that's how many is that? 5, 6, 7. That's 8 people. That's 8 apple trees. Right? How many apples in each of those trees? Right? If there's 10 apples in each of those trees, that's 80 people. Right? So all you need to do is communicate smartly, a really nice message to those 8 people again and again, and you're accessing their apple tree, right? You're shaking the apple tree every month. Shake, 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 and apples fall out. A lot of agents, they just sit around in the orchard waiting for an apple to fall, which happens infrequently, right? So I said so far, you got to have good, strong habits. You have to have a good message that you're broadcasting and a message that speaks to the market you're in, right? If the short sales have all dried up in your market, and now it's equity listings, you know what a good message to broadcast is? I'm going to tell it to you in a minute. But here's what it relates to. I look around out there and I see that agents, they get these listings, they put them in escrow in 4 days. 3 days sold, 1 day sold, 6 days on the market sold, 6 hours in escrow. What? That's insanity. That's not representing the seller's best interest. How do you know you got top dollar for that home when you're only on the market for 4 days? Because here's a story, and this is a true story. Some folks really wanting to purchase in this community down here where I live called Encinitas Ranch. They've been watching it like a hawk for 1.5 years for the certain floor plan that they want. They're waiting. Great buyers, and they're probably the ones who are going to overspend on the thing. They're waiting. And then guess what? They decide to go to Maui for a week, and they come back, and guess what? The home they wanted came on the market and went into escrow while they were gone in a week. And that seller lost because these people, they would have paid more, right? That seller left money on the table because the agent talked him into, hey, guess what? We got 16 offers in 4 days. Let's pick the highest one. What? That's not a plan. That's not a strategy for getting top dollar. Right? So, and that's what I just shared with you guys. That's a nice message for this market right here in Southern California. Right? Warning, don't sell your home in 3 days, right? Unless you want to leave a bunch of money on the table. I've got a unique and powerful home selling strategy that guarantees you get top dollar so you can rest assured, right? Knowing you left nothing on the table when you sell your home. That's a message to broadcast in a lot of markets right now. So another message to broadcast in a lot of markets right now where there's a ton of short sales is, hey, listen, yeah, I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams, but I'm also a foreclosure alternatives advisor. I help people save their homes as much as I help them purchase and sell, and I do that through a series of free government programs, including HAMP loan modifications, the HARP 2.0 government refinance program. That's the refi program for underwater homeowners. I got an expert on my team. He's the best guy in the Canada for getting people approved under HARP 2.0. And I'll tell you what, folks, rates are so low today. If you can get approved, it's a free service, nothing to sell you. Just here, I'm going to give you my card. You can call Tom. If he can get you guys qualified, you can literally cut your mortgage payments in half. I mean, that's how low rates are. Oh, like those people open up the front door and say, come on in. Come on in, real estate consultant advisor, foreclosure alternatives advisor with somebody on your team who can help us maybe refi our house. Right? So your words are really important if you want people to open doors and say, come in. Leverage. And then having a noble selling purpose, because people can smell commission breath 25 miles off. Like you're walking down the street knocking on doors, they can smell it coming. They go, close the door, shut the curtains. Right? So people can smell commission breath. Right? They know when you're in it for you, and they know when you're in it for them. Right? And you do too. We all do. So I just covered 4 things. I said you don't need Joe Stumpf, Craig Proctor, Brian Buffini, Howard Brinton, Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, CDPE, Program 30. You don't need any of those. You don't need me either. What you need is these 4 things. Good, strong habits, right? A message to broadcast, like when you open up your mouth, that the words that roll off your tongue make people go, oh, wow, you know what? You're right. Hey, tell me more, right? You got to be able to do that. And then number 3, and by the way, if you've got a horrible personality, even great word, they don't want to talk to you. Right? Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich, you better have a warm and pleasing personality. You're in direct sales. Right? You need to go win hearts and minds. Okay. So your habits, your words, using leveraging your inventory, right? Leveraging your flyer box. You know your flyer box, it's like a salt lick. All the neighborhood homeowner deer, they come over at some point and they lick a flyer right out of your box. And when they do, what does it say on the reverse side of your property flyer? Does it say something that makes them go, oh, whoa, listen to those words. Listen to that. Hey, I'm going to come by the open house this weekend because I want to meet this agent. Right, your flyer box. And then are you even going to have an open house for them to come by to meet you? And if you do, are they going to know about it? Right, I'm going to give you guys something right here. Listings come from relationships. They don't come from the internet. Buyers can come from the internet, not listings. You get some listings from the internet now and again, but that's not where you're going to focus your attention because there's just not enough of them there. Right? Listings come from relationships. NAR will tell you that. Number 1 source of listings, referrals. Right? Farm areas. So know that and then work in that direction. Think about this. If listings come from relationships, then you're really in the relationship business. You're not even in real estate. You're in the relationship business. Right. And here's a big mistake I see agents make all the time. They get a listing, and you know what they do? And not even all of them do this. They'll make like a just listed, and they'll send it out to the neighborhood. Some agents don't even do that. Oh, I just listed a house. How would I know? You didn't announce it to the neighborhood in any way, shape, or form. You got a sign out there with an empty flyer box on it. Oh, yeah, but I don't need to. In this market, I already got 15 buyers. So you're still a knucklehead. That's not the way it works. Right? That's not the way it works. You got a listing, you take that listing, you make a just listed flyer, you hand deliver it at a time when people are home to 100 homes around your listing. Now they're meeting. Who are they meeting? A real estate agent within the context of, hey, you actually do list homes in our neighborhood. Oh, you got a home listed? What? How much? Right? They want to know. That's the one time you got permission to go knock on somebody's door and tell them you just listed a home down the street. They want to know. Otherwise, they got to get out of their car and walk over to the flyer box, which is inevitably empty, and then they go, I wonder how much. Right? So since you're in the relationship business and since listings come from relationships, a just listed flyer is a great thing to hand deliver to 100 doors around your listing. When you mail it, you don't know what happened to it. Who knows? And even if they looked at it, they didn't meet you. They didn't meet you. Right? So leverage means you make your just listed flyer, you hand deliver it. Right? Leverage means you make your open house event today and you hand deliver it to 100 houses around your listing. Hey, we're doing a great open house this afternoon. Come on by. We're going to have lemonade and hot dogs so you can see what they did in the backyard. It's really cool and a great chance to pick your new neighbors. Here you go. Oh, wow. Maybe we will. Hey, that's nice. Right? You hand deliver that stuff. Right? And then when you put the thing in escrow and you sell it, just sold, knock, knock, knock. Hey, just want to let you know we sold the property down the street. By now, they've already met you face to face 2 times. They know you. Right? They know, oh, you sold it? How? Well, yeah, we got 17 offers. 17 offers. Wow, tell me more. They want to hear that at their front door. Hey, I just sold a house down the street. Got 17 offers on it. Watch them open up the screen door and come outside and say, really? Which house? At 17 offers? Wow, you know, I've been hearing these stories. People, they'll engage with you at their front door all day long with that kind of information. So are you leveraging your inventory? Did they get a hand-delivered, meet you face-to-face, just listed? Did they get a hand-delivered, meet you face-to-face, come on by the open house today? And then did they come on by the open house? And do you know how to stage to engage so when people walk in the house, they don't treat you like you got the swine flu? Oh, we're just looking, thank you. And they just like walk around you? No. You got music going, you got some food going, coffee in the kitchen, you got a sign-in thing, you got a big whiteboard right there with some comment written on it saying, ask me about. So they look at it and they go, oh, hey, and they ask you about it, right? You're talking to people. Right? Remember, your open house, the purpose of an open house is to get more listings from the neighbors, is to win their hearts and minds and let the occasional buyer wander through. Right? So that's called leverage, leveraging your inventory, because if you do that, if you have a system in place, by the way, systems are the solution to us. We're the problem. Right? We get in our own way. We trip ourselves up. If we had a system every day, this is what I do. I don't even have to think about it. It's like a McDonald's operation. This is just what I do. Guess what? You got a lot of freedom and you're a lot more profitable. Right? So if you had a system, every time I list a house, I'm going to leverage my inventory. This is how I do it. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Okay. So that's all. That's all. Those are the 4 things I wanted to cover with you. I said that we're going to cover the ground rule basics before I start showing you some stuff that we're doing. Okay, I said you got to have good, strong habits. You got to have a real good message that you're broadcasting out there. I shared a couple with you. I said leverage your inventory and your relationships, shake the apple trees, right, and then have a noble selling purpose, right, because people can smell commission breath. Okay. Now, how to get listings. You're going to see it's the same way as always, but new and improved, if that makes sense. I wrote that, so it makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. All right. First of all, you got to select your target markets. Right, you got to select your target market. I've identified 7 areas that I'm going to be helping agents get listings in. Right, 7 areas: farm area, default, right, NOD, list pendings, whatever region of the country, and you can call that whatever you want. In Florida, they're list pendings. Out here, they're NODs. Right, and those are underwater homes. Second or third group would be probate. Right, probate. Fourth, divorce. Did you know that you can go down to the county courthouse, you can get a record of everybody who filed for divorce, you can get the list, right? If you had a series of letters to mail to them that positioned you as, listen to this, that positioned you as a certified residential divorce advisor, right? And you could say, hey, listen, I specialize in helping people who drew a line down the middle of the house and built a wall in the middle that you're not allowed to cross, and if you do, your spouse will shoot you, but you guys need to sell the house. I specialize in working with people like you. Right? Do you have a series of letters that you drip on people like that and say, hey, listen, you know, I help people like you. It's my unique ability. And, you know, it's a niche, right? Because it's a very lucrative niche, right? FSBOs, right? Expireds, and then your center of influence. Those are 7 areas that you can go get listings from: farm areas, default, probate, divorce, FSBO, expired, and your center of influence. Right? Today, we're going to talk about farm area, and we're going to talk about NODs. Because there's short sales out there. Some of you said, hey, we still got a lot of short sales, but they're also drying up. And as the short sales dry up, it's so critical you guys have a farm area, right? And a system in place to work a farm area, and a system in place to work your center of influence, right? If right now you've just been chasing NODs and list pendings for the last 4 years, that's great, but get ready because you're going to have to start farming and really communicating with your center of influence, right, as those things dry up. All right, so if you want a listing-based business, you got to really get out of real estate, and you got to become an expert at human relationship. You have to be the kind of person, you know, my old coach and mentor and former employer and one of my best real estate clients used to say, and I'm going to borrow a lot of things that he used to say, but right now I'm going to share one with you. He said, hey, you want a referral? You got to be referable. What's the number one way to get referrals? Be referable. What does being referable mean? It means we hear from you all the time within the context of you're an expert and professional, you know what's going on in the market, and you're nice, we like you. Right? So if your friends and your past clients aren't getting like newsletters from you in the mail and updates and notes and things like that and hearing from you within the context of you're a professional in a nice way, you're not getting any referrals because you're not referable. Okay, so you got to be in the relationship business if you want listings. You got to relate with your farm. You got to convert them into not strangers, right? The agent who's better at converting strangers into non-strangers wins, right? That's why door knockers do so well in real estate. Door knockers with a good personality and good dialogue. They do really well in real estate. They're getting listings all over the place, right? Better than mail. Now, if you got money for TV and radio, maybe that's another story, but most of you don't. Right. So relating with your farm, relating with your center of influence, relating with those underwater homeowners and those expired listings and the FSBOs and the probates and the divorce, you got to go generate a relationship with them or you're not getting anything from them. And relationships through the mail, from a cold prospect to someone who likes me and wants to interview me through the mail is much slower than it is face-to-face. Like you meet somebody face-to-face, you sing your song, they like it, they go, wow, I really liked it. And you think that they're not a potential real estate client, and maybe they're not, but they go home and they talk to their friend, they go, hey, guess what? I know you guys are selling your house. I met this guy today. He's awesome. I got his card. I'd call this guy. Oh, really? Right. So everywhere you are, you're on stage, so you better have a warm and pleasing personality everywhere you are, right, and a good message to broadcast. And we're going to talk about that. So get out of real estate, get into the broadcasting business, and get into human relationship 101, right? See yourself as a broadcast tower that's sending out a signal that people are either, saying, hey, I really like those words, I really like that tune, I want to move closer, or what? That's hideous. You just sound like everybody else, and your noise is getting lost in everybody else's noise, right? Because in San Diego, there's 32,000 licensed realtors, and it's very easy to get lost in their noise. You know what their noise sounds like? I love referrals. I didn't even hear that, right, under the din of the 31,000 other people who are saying the same thing, right? So you got to think about that. What's your unique service offer? what message you're going to broadcast, how you're going to broadcast it. I'm going to show you guys a couple of killer messages to broadcast, and I'm going to tell you how to broadcast them. Okay. And what I'm going to do right now is we're going to start to get into the nuts and bolts of getting listings my way. Okay. What you're looking at right here looks like two pieces of paper, and they are, but it's actually my website printed out on a piece of paper. Two websites, the home pages from two different versions of the same website printed out on a piece of paper with a yellow post-it note. Take a look. I know you'll love the information I put together for you here. Right? That's pretty cool. In fact, if I wanted to, like on this 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, that's an actual printout of my website that I could drop in the mail and put a post-it note on. I could also, you know what I could do, is I could take my red pen and I could say, have a look at this, right? And I could circle things, right, like this, and I could say, check this out, and I could highlight things, and I could take a yellow highlighter, because when you take things like this and you mark stuff up, you know what people do? They pay really close attention to it. Like if they opened this thing up in the mail and it said, hey, look over here. Right? And I had a red line down here. They open it up and they unfold it and they go, what? They engage with it. Right? So you guys already knew that though, right? You already knew that. But what you didn't maybe know was the concept of, wow, if you had a website and on the home page it had some really good content that you thought people in your farm area, right, or people on the NOD list would want to know about, you know, you can hang out and twiddle your thumbs and wait for them to find it on the internet, or you can just print the thing out on a piece of paper, stuff in an envelope, and mail it to them and say, hey, check this out. And because I really want to make sure they check it out, I'll put a little post-it note on here and I'll mark it up and do some things. Right? But I'm not even going to waste my time doing that unless I know I've got stuff on here they're going to want to see. Okay. So far, this is pretty interesting, huh? I took a home page. I've got a website that just transforms into whatever I need it to be. Right? And I printed out the home page, right? Put a note on it, and I'm going to stick it in an envelope. I just want you guys to get that concept right there. And then let's move past this for a minute, I think. Should we? Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. All right. Stay with me, you guys. I just showed you a website printed out on a piece of paper. And by the way, I didn't show you what's on the other side of the piece of paper because it's just white piece of paper. But I'm going to tell you what you're going to put on the other side of the piece of paper in a moment. But just stay with me. So far what I have is I've got a printout of a website, actually two of them. This one on the left, this is my short sale page, right? This one over here, this is my short sale website. It says, if you're upside down in your forest, ranch, home, or investment property and can no longer afford the payments, I'll help you save it or avoid foreclosure through free government refinance, loan modification, and short sale programs. And then it says, did you know Bank of America is paying up to $45,000 cash relocation assistance to underwater homeowners who agree to cooperate with the short sale? And they're not the only lender doing it. How much will your lender pay? Right? And it goes into this whole story. Right? And that's really interesting. And it speaks to a community called Forest Ranch, my farm area. So when people get it, they go, wow, it's a Forest Ranch website. This guy works Forest Ranch. And they look and they see that there's other buttons up here called Forest Ranch Foreclosures, Forest Ranch Nosy Neighbors, Forest Ranch Homeowner Service Center, HARP 2.0 Refi Help, Get 30K to Short Sale, Attorney Consult, Loan Mod Help, Forest Ranch something or other. They see this and they go, wow, check out this Forest Ranch website that's got a bunch of stuff on it that's really interesting to me because I'm owe more on my home than it's worth. In fact, there's even a free book down here. Check it out. Get my free copy of The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. Boom, boom, boom. Let me watch this video and see what this agent has to say. Right. So this is my short sale homepage over here, website. Right. This is a new one. This is my homepage for the new hot market right here in Southern California. This one says, now you can rest assured your home, it should say Forest Ranch, I'll pop that in there. Now you can rest assured your Forest Ranch home sells for top dollar, right, with a powerful marketing strategy designed for markets just like the one we're in right now. And then it goes into warning, got money to burn. And I'm telling the story about, hey, I see a bunch of listings in the neighborhood going into escrow in 7 days or less, and that's just catastrophic. It's just wrong. You'll see. Take a look. I think you're going to love the information I put together here for you. Right. So Forest Ranch. Now what do I have over here? Free home value report, recent area sales, nosy neighbors. Right. They see this stuff and they go, whoa. All right, so you guys are with me so far. Everybody say, yeah, I can print out my website, and if I put cool stuff on it, I can mail it right into my farm, and they'll look at it, and they'll go, huh. And I'll show you how this is getting a 2% response rate right now for one agent in Michigan. Okay, so I'm going to put my pen down here. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to erase all these drawings, and we're going to go to the next slide, and we're going to switch beat for a minute. This is a newsletter. All right, this is the front cover page and the back page of a newsletter. If I draw a line right down the middle of it, you'll see what I'm talking about, okay? So this is the cover page. Right? The newsletter is called the Welcome Mat, Bringing Your Best Life Home. Now, I want you to know something. BuyReferralOnly.com, Joe Stumpf, they make a good newsletter. I know it's good. I know it works because I know thousands of their members over the years, and hundreds of them say, hey, Chris, it's the most effective tool I have. Every month I send it out. I send my newsletter out. Boom. Okay, that's great. There's another guy out there by the name of Craig Forte, F-O-R-T-E, and he's got a little business over at serviceforlife.com, and he makes a great newsletter. It's a highly effective, great newsletter. I know because I talk to realtors who've used it, and they say, hey, it worked for me, right? And now some of them, they're using mine, and some of them are still using the other one. But my point is this. You got to have a newsletter. It doesn't have to be mine, but you need to have a newsletter, right, for your center of influence and for your farm. Right? And mine actually appeals to NOD lists and list pendings as well. Right? But you have to have one. If you don't have one yet, make one, right? But you have to have one. Why? Because it's part of a system, right? If you want to shake the apple tree every month, having a newsletter every month that you don't have to make, it's just ready to go, that makes the system really easy. Okay. It says I might be experiencing degraded audio quality in my recording. Please close any unused things. I don't have anything open, so we're just going to roll with it. Hey, can you guys hear me okay? So far, so good. First person to reply right now, say, hey, Chris, sounds good so far, wins a free Ferrari. So just click on the little arrow and say, hey, Chris, type in the color of the Ferrari you want. Okay, so let's see. Yes, all good. Yes, 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 good, good, good. Yes, yes, yes. Red. Tammy wants a red Ferrari. Go figure. Tammy wants a red one. Okay, well, Tammy, unfortunately, in red, all we have left is convertible, so I hope you don't mind getting your hair messed up. Okay, so here's a newsletter, and here's the front page, here's the back page, and just show you something here. Here's where a mailing label goes, okay, and this thing in one fold or in two folds, it goes out in the mail the size of a postcard, right? And now, obviously, there's the inside pages. I haven't shown you here. I can show you those, I think, in a minute. They're on the next screen. But I just want you to know that a newsletter, right, is cool. A newsletter that you can fold up and stick out in the mail. Because a newsletter is not just something that people engage with, they read the newsletter, but it's also a delivery vehicle because when they open it up and unfold it to read it, things can fall out. Right? I call it peanut butter prospecting. A newsletter is like two pieces of Weber's white bread, and the stuff in the middle is like peanut butter. Right? I don't, not Weber white, whatever kind of bread you like, right, with your peanut butter sandwich. So your newsletter is not, it's like an envelope that they can engage with and read, and then when they open it up, what falls out? Well, if it's going into your farm area, you could have a page fall out that's got all the neighborhood comps, right? If it's going to your center of influence, you got to have a handwritten note. Hey, dear friends, thanks for not keeping me a secret. Guess what's going on right now? Right? So when they open up the newsletter every month, something falls out, and they go, oh, look, it's all the sales in the neighborhood. Oh, hey, look, it's a nice handwritten note from Tammy. Oh, hey, look, top 10 secrets for selling your home quickly in a market like this. Look at this free report I'm going to read. Oh, hey. So your newsletter, it's a delivery vehicle, okay? You guys are with me so far? What kinds of things could you put in your newsletter and to fall out? Just saying. Okay, so here's my newsletter, front page, back page. Here's the inside pages. I got a man cave section. I got stuff for the both sexes enjoy the newsletter and the kids, right? It appeals to men, women, and kids. So it's going to get some shelf life in their house, laying around. Okay, so that's why everybody needs a newsletter, you guys. It doesn't have to be mine, it can be anybody, but you have to have one if you're thinking farm and you're thinking center of influence. Okay, my newsletter has got a little book down here. It says, get a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. Just visit my website. It's right down here next to my cool little real estate sign. It says, get a free home value report. Just visit my website. Hey, thanks for not keeping me a secret. Your referrals are the lifeblood of my business. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're great, right? So that's what's happening so far. So far, what I've shown you guys in the last little bit was how I can make a web page that's really appealing to a farm area or to an NOD person. And if I wanted to, I could print it out on a piece of paper and stick it in an envelope, or I could slip it into the middle of my newsletter. I could. Right? I could do that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get rid of all my drawings here one more time. And do we need to look at this? You've seen it. Nope. So I think what I'm going to do right now is I showed you the concept of sticking this in there. It's called peanut butter prospecting. And let's talk about the message for a minute. Right? Remember how I said if you had a newsletter, right, to your center of influence or your farm area, you could put things in it when they open up. They go, oh, wow. I mean, you could put a coupon in there for a free ice cream, right? Why not? You can go down to the frozen yogurt place, say, I got 1,000 people in my farm area this newsletter goes out to. Give me a free yogurt. Oh, hey, we'd be happy to. Bam. Right? Here's a free yogurt on me right out of your newsletter. You could do that. Right? But we're not going to talk about yogurt today because that's kind of silly. What we are going to talk about is how to get listings from your farm area, from your center of influence, and from NOD lists, list pendings. All right. So you guys got this concept. Now, messaging, that thing we were talking about earlier, your song. What's the song you're singing? Right? Like what if you wanted to take a handwritten note, like a piece of paper, and write a handwritten note because this newsletter is going to go out to your friends, your center of influence. You wanted to write a handwritten note and photocopy it 50 times and stick it in your newsletter and mail it to your center of influence friends. Right? What kind of messaging could you say on a handwritten note? Could you say something like, hey, friends, right now I'm working with some great buyer clients who are frustrated with the lack of inventory and the fierce competition for any decent 3-bedroom homes in San Diego under $550,000. I could really use your help finding inventory. I know you know someone who's either thinking about or planning on selling their home in the next 6 to 12 months, and I'm curious what we can do together to let them know about my services and how I can help. Hey, thanks for not keeping me a secret. Like, that's a simple little note, right? Boom. Handwritten. And when it's handwritten, they read it. In fact, you guys, let me tell you something. If you're working in a farm area and you're going and leaving door hangers on doors, you could do that. You could do that. But let me ask you this. Put yourself in the shoes of a prospect. If you came home to your house at the end of the day and there was a door hanger hanging on the door, you're tired, it's the end of the day, are you going to look at it and read it 9 out of 10 times, 10 out of 10 times? Right. So you don't need to answer the question out loud because I can't hear you. But let me ask you a second question. If you came home at the end of the day, tired, burned out, it's the end of the day, and there's a handwritten note stuck on your door, are you going to read it? Right. Which one's going to get read more, the door hanger or the handwritten note? You guys just answered the question for yourself. 10 out of 10 of the handwritten notes are going to get read. Right. So then the question is, what could I write on a handwritten note that would compel people to say, oh, wow, I'm going to call. Who is this? I'm going to call the phone number. Right. Or I'm going to take the action that's written on the note. You know, what's the message? Right. That's why I say you're into messaging, right? You got to get into the broadcasting business. What's your message and how do you broadcast it in a way that it gets heard? All right. So really, you guys, we're marketers with a real estate license, aren't we? Don't we have to be a marketer with a real estate license? So there's a message. And look, here's a message. Here's a letter, in fact, I just put together. I'm going to share this with you guys. I didn't know it was in here. This is a tool for some of my agents. All they need to do is plug in their name. But let's look at this letter on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper right here. Right? It's got a headline. It says, show me a home that sold in 7 days or less, and I'll show you a seller who likely left thousands of dollars on the table, or maybe they didn't want top dollar. Right? That's kind of a compelling headline. In fact, I could take this letter, I could mail it to 100 homes around the listing that just sold in 3 days. Right? They open it up. Show me a home that sold in 7 days or less, and I'll show you a seller who likely left thousands of dollars on the table, or maybe they didn't want top dollar. And then you put in the date. Scary but true. Home buying season is in full bloom with so many buyers and such limited inventory. Many homes are selling within days or even hours of being put on the market, and that's not good. Did you know that taking just 3 minutes right now to listen to a free recorded message will not only add thousands of dollars to your bank account if you have a home or investment property to sell, but it'll make you the smartest home seller in the neighborhood. Seriously. That's what it says. It'll make you the smartest home seller in the neighborhood. Seriously. And then it says, discover exactly how to sell your home for top dollar in hot markets so you can explain it to the agents you interview. That's kind of funny, huh? You guys are asking questions, making comments about this stuff. Will there be a recording of this, Chris? Yeah, absolutely, Steve. So if you have to go, I'm recording this whole thing. I'm going to post it on my Facebook page over at the Short Sale Coaching Club. Okay, just so you know. All right, so discover exactly how to sell your home for top dollar in hot markets so you can explain it to the agents you interview. Just call the toll-free number and listen. Right? And then it says, I may or may not be the right agent for you, but since my intention is to earn your business and future advocacy by providing extraordinary information and services that enable you to score with better results and better service, why not at least meet me, right, and discover how, question mark. I'll provide great advice and absolutely zero pressure. I can explain everything from how to harness pent-up demand in your neighborhood to creating auction effects in order to maximize your sales price. I can even explain how, as a marketer with a real estate license, I'm able to get a virtual tour of your property into the very first slot on Google, page number 1, search results, within hours of listing your home using relevant keywords and search terms. And you guys, I can, and so can you. I can show you how to do that in 20 minutes. If you've got a smartphone, I can show you how to walk through a house, take a video, go over to your YouTube account, upload it onto your YouTube account, what to put in the headline, what to put in the keywords, and what to put in the description, so that 20 minutes later when you go to Google and you type keywords, you're going to find your video at the top of the page. Right? What realtor can do that? How are you going to market my house? With my phone right here, you're going to be very impressed when you find your home on the first page of Google in about 45 minutes from now, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. Really? Yeah, really. So, and then it says, thanks for not keeping me a secret, and I hope to have an opportunity to serve you, right, on your team. And I just put my information down there. So that's a letter, right? And what if that was inserted right into that newsletter going into my farm area? That'd be cool. That'd be cool. What if I put in a free report, 10 simple steps to help you get top dollar when selling your home or investment property? That just fell out of the middle of the newsletter that's going into my farm area. And they go, whoa, make sure your home shows its best. Let there be lots and lots of light. Hold it open. Invite the neighbors. Constant exposure. Non-traditional advertising. Price it smartly from the beginning. Understand the market will dictate what your home is worth and not your personal needs. Get an escape clause in your listing agreement just in case your agent isn't performing to your satisfaction. Choose your agent wisely. 10, consider having your home appraised prior to listing it. It's pretty good stuff here, right? Just falls right out of the newsletter. Right. So when I say you all have to have a newsletter, and it doesn't matter if it's mine, you have to have one, because there's no better communication device to send out to your center of influence than to send into a farm area every month. There's just not a better one. The only better one is you and your words. Right? And when you're out there using you and your words, you ought to be handing them your newsletter. Hey, here you go. Nice talking to you. Right? So you can do that. You can do it. You can all do it. You can all do it. All right. So I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to close this little thing down right here, this PowerPoint presentation. And I'm going to hover back and forth between this website and this website, because I want you guys to see something here. What I've done is I've built, look at this, my listings. I can move that around for a minute. What I've done is I've built a website over here at Simple Listing Solutions. Forget just a website. Door hangers, direct response letters, Craigslist ads, Facebook plugins, ebooks, corrugated plastic bandit signs, tools, listing getting tools, right? Listing getting tools for working your farm area, for working your center of influence, right? Soon, divorce and probate, right? But listing getting tools for working FSBOs, expireds, right? NODs. And then a website that supports the tools, because a website, this thing is so malleable. It's like an organic, living, breathing thing, this website. Like, this is what it looks like right now. This is the home page. It says if you're upside down in your Village Park area home or investment property and can no longer afford the payments, it says I'll help you save it or get paid to avoid foreclosure through free government refi, loan mod, and short sale programs. Right, and then it goes into my story. Did you know Bank of America is paying up to $45,000 relocation assistance to delinquent homeowners cooperating in short sales? They aren't the only lenders paying thousands. I can help you stay in your home as long as possible while I negotiate to see how much relocation assistance we can get for you. Right. Wow. And I wrote a book called The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. Would you like a free copy? I'd love to send it to you. Positions me as a guru and somebody you're going to want on your team. And why don't you click play and watch the video? You can meet me and you can hear my words. And you can imagine how much easier it'll be to talk to me in person once you watch me on the video. Right. I know there's a lot of stuff coming at you guys. Free home value calculator. Let's find out what you got going on. So this is my home page, but look, I got get $45,000 to short sale. Bank of America pays up to $45,000 relocation assistance to underwater homeowners who short sale and avoid foreclosure. And I'm not making that up. Here's the article right here out of CNN Money. Right? And does that mean I'm going to be able to go get them $45,000? Not necessarily. But I've heard Citibank and Chase, $20,000, $25,000. So B of A is definitely not the only lender doing it. Right? And if relocation assistance is available, I'll go get it. If it's not, I'll let them know. Right? So that's what's going on over here. And by the way, watch the video. I'll explain all about this. And you can get a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Fighting Foreclosure, Tips, Tools, and Tactics for Battling Your Bank, which will start an automated drip campaign. Right? And so you want to refinance with HARP 2.0? Just click on the page. Go meet my mortgage partner, Tom. He helps people refinance with HARP 2.0. And if you don't qualify, he's going to strongly suggest you give me a call and talk to me about short selling your home and avoiding foreclosure. Right? It's a relationship that we have. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's just like when I was a kid, I used to watch Jacques Cousteau Underwater World, and there's a big giant grouper laying down there on the bottom of the ocean floor somewhere, probably off of Florida, and he opens up his mouth, and these shrimp come walking into it. And the shrimp are in there eating the food in between his teeth. And the grouper doesn't eat the shrimp, even though shrimp taste great, because the shrimp are clean with his teeth. It's a symbiotic relationship. They get along together. Tom is my grouper, right? And these HARP 2.0 prospects I'm sending his way, they're the shrimp. and some of them he's going to refi. But a lot of them aren't going to qualify, and they're going to say, well, what do we do now, Tom? And he's going to say, hey, you need to go talk to Chris. Have you read his book? Chris can help you guys. Stay in that home longer, possibly get paid to move out with no foreclosure. Oh, right. Because it's a lot easier for Chris to go out into the world and broadcast a message called Save Your Home with HARP 2.0, I can help you. People, they listen to that song a lot more than they listen to the song called I can help you short sell your house. They changed the station on that song. Right? But when they hear Save Your House with HARP 2.0, they're like, ooh, I love that song. They dial the station in. Right? And now I got that message beaming right here on my website. Check it out. Right? I can print the homepage out and I can send it to people, and I can put a little sticky note right here like I showed you guys. Right? I could put a little sticky note right here and say, hey, check this out. Right? That's how it works. Okay, so let me put down my note, my little markers here. Okay, so I've got, what do I have here? I've got the homepage. I've got get 45K to short sale, refinance with HARP 2.0. How about a free attorney consult? That's an escape door people like to try and use on me. Oh, no, we're going to file bankruptcy. Oh, good. I'm so glad I came to you guys and knocked on your door. Listen, here's my card. Go over to my website. You got to meet Joe Marcarelli. Who's Joe? Well, he's a bankruptcy attorney here in Southern California. Listen to Joe Marcarelli, a California real estate attorney, discuss how upside-down homeowners, foreclosure, what did I write here? Discuss upside-down homeowners, foreclosure, and bankruptcy before you do another thing. Right? Watch the video. You can meet him. He's going to say, hey, listen, if you're going to come to me for a bankruptcy, great, I'd love to help you, but if you can avoid a foreclosure, do so. If you can short sell your home, do so. If you can short sell your home and get paid, do that too. You can bring the money over here and pay me. Right? He doesn't say that, but not hard, right? Modify your loan. I've got all the forms you need right here, instructions how to send them into your lender. Right? You want to learn what half a short sale is, and if you qualify, you can learn right here if you qualify. Right? Deficiency judgments, you can learn what those are. Deed in lieu, you think you might be looking at a deed, you want to know what a deed in lieu of foreclosure is? Check it out. Here you go. Right? You want to search the MLS because you're a buyer and you just stumbled upon my website? You can do that too. I just framed in my IDX. I'm a realtor. It's not just a short sale website. Right? Forest Ranch, excuse me guys, one moment. All right, now I can breathe again. Forest Ranch for sale by owners, right? I'm going to talk to you about my FSBO campaign. If you had a lot of FSBOs, I'd talk to you about this FSBO campaign and how easy it is, but I'm not going to do that yet. Just know this. Just know, talk about FSBOs here for a second. Control T, let's just do this. It's very easy to go over to a place like, Vulcan7.com, that's one of them. Let's go there together. Whoop, I didn't type in Vulcan properly, did I? Let's do that again. Vulcan7.com. There we go. It's very easy to go to a place like this and get lists of FSBOs or expireds, if that's what you want to work, delivered to you, right? You can get the addresses and phone numbers of all the FSBOs in your marketplace, right? Why not? You could do that. Then, if you had a page called Forest Ranch for sale by owners, couldn't you print this page out again? Print the page out, put a little post-it note, little note here saying, hey, check this out, and put your homeowners, your for sale by owner program, I'll tell you how it works, it's called your Seller Assist program, on the reverse side of this and mail it to the FSBOs. Of course you could. They'd look at this and they'd say, what? Forest Ranch for sale by owner? They'd turn it over and they'd see how your Forest Ranch for sale by owner program works, your Seller Assist program, how it's free, how you advertise their home here, how you advertise it all over the internet for them, how you'll bring them pre-approved buyers, right? You'll schedule those appointments, make it really easy. I'm just saying. All right. I'm not going to talk about FSBOs anymore, but same thing with expireds. Right. Okay. So where were we? We were here. We were looking at the different pages that I have on this site. Now, what I want you to know is this. Because this page translates into any language that my prospect speaks, it doesn't matter what language they speak. If they speak Hebrew, they can come over here and they can translate it into Hebrew. Japanese, Korean, Russian, Spanish, whatever they want, that's fine. They can just click the button and translate the entire website into their language. Right? But we're going to keep it in English. But what I want you to know is this is not a short sale website. It looks like it. It says get 45K to short sale, refi with HARP, get a free short sale book, and it's all about a bunch of short sale stuff in here, isn't it? But it's not a short sale website because the market changed here in Southern California. So you know what I did? I'll show you what I did. When the market changed here in Southern California, I went over here and I logged in. I said, oh, I gotta make a change here. So I logged in and I said, my name's Susan. even though my name's not Susan, and I logged into my back office. So Susan just went like this, and Susan came over here and said, I got to log into my back office. I got to make some changes here because the market's changing. Right? So she clicked Edit Site Settings, and she went to Home Page, right here where it says Home Page, and she chose a new home page, Farm Area home page, dragged it over, and clicked Submit. Right? And when she did that, the site changed. Doesn't look like this anymore. Now it looks like this. What does this say? It says, now you can rest assured your home sells for top dollar with a powerful marketing strategies designed for markets just like the one we're in right now. Right? It says, warning, got money to burn? Many real estate salespeople would be happy to sell your home quickly so they can get paid and move on down the road to their next deal. But did you know that selling your home too quickly often means leaving thousands of dollars on the table? My video explains the costliest mistake sellers are making right now and how to avoid it. They can just watch the video. You guys know how easy it is to make a video? You could look right into your webcam right on your laptop and you can make a video in 1 minute. If you're worried about, oh, my hair's not right, I got to change shirts, I got to go brush my teeth, oh, I got got to do that one again, I messed up that word, cut. You could sit there all day long trying to make a 1 minute video, or you could do like me and just make a 1 minute video and move on with your day. Right? They get what they get. I know what story I'm going to tell. I just told it, and you know that's my video. Next. Right? It's really easy. Okay, so they can watch the video, and then down here it says, make me the last agent you interview, and I'll reveal marketing secrets I can't share here. It says, you can take my ideas and strategies for selling your home and share them with the expert who best matches your personality and style. All I ask is that you give me a chance to explain what the others won't because they either don't know or because they feel it's not in their personal best interest. Your best interests are my only interest when it comes to selling your home. Then the next thing says, my easy exit listing agreement allows you to rest easy. Cancel our listing agreement at any time and for any reason if you're not satisfied with my performance. My sole purpose is to serve your best real estate interests by helping you obtain top dollar in the least amount of time with the least amount of stress. In order to do this successfully, I'll need you to want me on your team. If you ever feel your best interest would be served by canceling the listing agreement, you just let me know and it's done. Pretty simple. And then the last section here says a whole lot more than a sign in the yard and some pictures on the MLS. It says, allowing potential buyers to scratch your home off their interest list without ever seeing it in person is costly. These days, nearly 100% of first showings happen online, which means in order to get top dollar for your home, it must be shown in its very best light and to the most amount of people. And then it says, I use a broad variety of platforms to highlight your home with professional pictures and video. This greatly increases the chances of a second showing on location. When we meet, I'll explain how I use the services below to ensure that no matter where the buyer for your home happens to be in the world, if they're searching online for a home in your neighborhood, they'll have no problem finding yours, and when they do, it'll look its best. Right? That's a pretty cool little message. Right? And again, I showed you how I can just take this page and I just print it out and I could slip it right into my newsletter and send it right into my farm. Why not? Right? Why not? So let's look at something here. We got free home value report on this page, recent area sales, nosy neighbors. There's that nosy neighbors again. You're probably wondering what the heck is a nosy neighbor. Let's go look at this is my demo page. Let's go look at a real nosy neighbor. I think we've got mybressieranch.com right here. Yeah, that's Mike Daniels. Whoops. That's interesting. Let's go over to Expert Home Assist. I think I've got that set up. Modify your loan, 45. Here's what we're going to do so you can watch this. I'm glad we're doing this. Watch. I'm going to come over here into my back office, right? Menu. Right? This is where I just changed my home page. And I'm going to click on Customize Website Menu. Because I know I've got a page over here called Nosy Neighbors, and it's not showing up on my website right now. You see, I don't have the Nosy Neighbor page here. Where is it? Huh. Oh, yeah, here it is. Let me drag it over, 4S Ranch Nosy Neighbors. And I'll put it right here next to 4S Ranch for sale by owners. And I'm just going to click Save Changes. All right. Now, I'm going to go back here and refresh. And you're going to see, there it is. There's my 4S Ranch Nosy Neighbor page. I took it away for some reason, but now it's back. So if I click on this, it says, watch for 4S Ranch Nosy Neighbors. They know everything. And so will you when you sign up for my 4S Ranch Nosy Neighbor program. You'll be able to rest assured knowing that nothing will happen in 4S Ranch real estate that you won't know about right away. We will email you updates on all properties for sale, including FSBOs, properties in escrow, properties falling out of escrow, foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, short sales, and homes that are recently sold. Just tell us who you are and what you're looking for, and we'll make sure you receive automated email updates right? The moment any kind of real estate related event happens in your community. Be a nosy neighbor. Being a nosy neighbor is a great way to keep your finger on the pulse of home values. Be sure and tell your neighbors too. They'll thank you, right? Want to know how much your home is worth right now, as in today? That's easy too. Just click on the free. So this is what my nosy neighbor page looks like. And I'll tell you what, when I'm walking around a farm area telling people about my nosy neighbor page, I go, hey, you guys know you got a bunch of nosy neighbors around here? And they look at me and they say, what? I say, yeah, you guys, let me tell you about my nosy neighbor program. What is it? Well, here's what it is. It's when you're driving home on a rainy night in the winter and it's cold outside and you see a for sale sign across the street and you're like, oh, what? That house is on the market? And you get out of your car and you run over there in the rain, you run up to the signpost and the flower box is empty. You're like, what? You don't have to do that anymore. Anything that happens in your neighborhood, like let me show you a map, in your neighborhood, anything that happens real estate related, boom, it's in your inbox waiting for you. Right? I don't share your information with anybody, and it's a great way. You can usually click on it. You can see what the inside of the house looks like, take a virtual tour if you want, but it's a great way to know what's going on in your neighborhood. It's called my Nosy Neighbor program. Would you guys be interested in signing up for it? Oh, yeah, great. Good. Give me your email address. Right? You're going on my newsletter list. Right? It's part of my Nosy Neighbor program. Right? I just showed you how to drag that page over there too. Right? So this is my short sale website, and now I'm over here and we're looking at the other one. Right? So I got home free home value report, recent area sales, nosy neighbors, home selling tips, right? Homeowner service center. I'm not even going to go into what the homeowner service center is yet, but these are the people who pay for the delivery of your newsletter. Right? You don't pay postage. Right? When you're a marketer with a real estate license, why would you pay postage? I'm going to mail 1,000, 2,000 pieces every single month. It's not going to cost me a penny. I'm not going to pay for it. Who's going to pay for it? My lender, my carpet cleaner, my handyman, the local dog walker, the local pool cleaner, the local window cleaners, the local landscapers, all the people who are part of my homeowner service center, they're paying for it, not me. Okay, so home buyer tips, search for homes, still got the MLS hooked up over here, right? My IDX, HARP 2.0, refi help, I'm going to leave that here for now. Right. But if I wanted to bring over the divorce page, the probate page, the FSBO page, the expired page, I could do that too. I could do that too. See, what I've done, you guys, is I've created a website that, and not only, let's just play around a little bit more. Let's go menu, right? And let's say edit site settings. Let's come down here and we could change the branding. If I join C21, I could just say click, Coldwell, click, Keller Williams, click, Remax, click, Zip Realty, click, right? I change the branding. Just click the button and it changes it. Puts a Remax balloon up on my masthead. Right? If I want to change the color of my website, that's easy. I can just go, oh, let's make this thing as ugly as we can. Let's go like, I don't know, let's do something crazy like that. Right? And if we go and we look at the website now and we reload, it's going to look hideous. Right? It's not so bad, I suppose. Right? There's nothing I can't do to it. Right? In fact, I can go back and I can put that back pretty easily, just the way I want it. Right? There's that, and then my menu background color, I'm going to go like that, just like that, and submit, and now I just fixed it. Pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. And now I'm going to move down to Florida because Village Park is old, and I'm tired of Southern California, so I'm going to move down to Tampa. So I'm just going to come back here on my menu, and I'm going to type Customize Website Content, and I'm just going to go over to my home page, and I'm going to open it up. I'm not a computer techie. I know how to work in a Word document, and that's about it, right? But there's my home page. If you're upside down on your, yeah, well, I'm not working Village Park anymore, right? I'm moving. I'm moving down to a place called Coral Springs, right? Coral Springs. That's easy enough. I'm just going to click Submit. Right, just changed my farm area. So if I come over here and reload, now I'm working Coral Springs, right? That's what you guys, I can insert a video right here, photos, text, whatever I want. I can build as many pages as I want. If I don't want to use the page templates that Chris built for me, right, for divorce, probate, all that stuff, I don't want to use those. I want to build my own pages, like Rick Geese, who's doing great guns out in Michigan. Let's look at this. Here's Rick Geese, right? And I'm going to show you his letter in a minute, 2% response rate. Right? This guy built a ton of pages. How to avoid video testimonials. What do we got over here? Right? Bunch of people talking about how Rick helped them save their house and avoid foreclosure in Michigan. Follow us on Facebook. He's got zero cost. He's got all kinds of stuff he built over here, including some of the stuff that I gave him, but he's added a lot more to it. Right? Let's go over here and look at Grand Rapids. We're going to look at Larry Martin. 88 transactions last year. Right? Aiming for 100 this year. Right? He's just left it pretty simple, nice and clean. Right? Lots of short sales still in Michigan. Okay, down in the sunny, let's go look down the Florida Keys, just so you can see how these things look a little different if you want them to look a little different. There's sunny San Lorenzo down the Florida Keys. Right? If you owe more than your Florida Keys property is worth and can no longer afford the payment, call us. Right? We'll help you sell it for less than you owe the bank, pay nothing, owe nothing, and avoid foreclosure. Here's our vacation rentals. Right? Right. So it's a website that it's whatever you need it to be, that's what it is. Chris, I'm getting out of short sales. Turn it off. I mean, I actually have some of my members say, Chris, short sales are all dried up. I guess I don't need this thing anymore. I say, no, you do. We're just going to modify it. Now it's this. And they go, oh, yeah, I forgot. I had no idea. Okay, great. Right? So what I'm doing over here at Simple Listing Solutions is pretty cool. If you guys have a lot of short sales in your marketplace, I got a lot of tools for you. Direct response letters, corrugated plastic banner signs, business cards, direct response letters, everything. Right? They all exist right back here and called downloads. You can just click on the downloads and you got a bunch of tools. For instance, you'd have a business card that looks like this. Let me open up this business card. I love this business card. I call it the Money Making Business Card. Right? This is my Money Making Business Card. So we're going to open this and I'm going to shrink it down so you can see it to like a regular size, right? Look at that. That's a business card. So if you're a RE/MAX agent or, Prudential or Keller Williams or whatever, that's fine. Your balloon can go on the other side, right? But this side says you can sell your home for less than you owe the bank, avoid foreclosure, save your credit, and get your lender to pay all the sales costs for free. Let me show you how. I'm a certified short sale advisor. I'm not a CDPE because I don't know what that means. Sounds closely related to the IRS, though, and I don't think I like it. Right. For your free copy of the Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales, visit my website. Go get a free copy of my book. Right. That's just a business card. I'll show you different ways you can use the business card to get business, but that's a simple little business card. This tear sheet letter. Remember how I said the purpose of listing is to get another one? And I said your flyer box. It's like a salt lick. Right. All the neighborhood homeowners, they come over in there and they empty it. Right. As soon as you fill that flyer box up the first time you take a new listing, you come back a week later. Where'd all my flyers go? The neighborhood homeowners took them, right? Look at this. Here's how you can sell your home for less than you owe the bank, avoid foreclosure, save your credit, and get your lender to pay all the sales costs for free. Name your city right there. There's your book, right? Certified Short Sale Advisor. Go to my website for while supplies last. Get a free copy of my book, and you'll learn all this great stuff. The 4 critical questions your lender will demand answers to before they'll accept a short offer. The top 3 mistakes most homeowners struggling to make payments are making right now. Right? Why so many home sellers end up hiring the wrong real estate agent, end up foreclosed on with ruined credit, and how to ensure that doesn't happen to you. Right? The loan modification scams currently costing already struggling homeowners thousands of dollars and how to protect yourself. Step-by-step instructions for finding the right real estate professional, an expert loss mitigation negotiator, absolutely zero cost to you, and much, much more. Why not go get a free copy? What do some people have to say? Here's what a few readers have to say. My jaw dropped after realizing I was in the process of being scammed. Had I waited one more week to read this book, I would have lost nearly $4,000. Thank you. Right? My home is already foreclosed on, and now I know why. I was working with a rookie. I'm passing this book on to every friend, relative, and associate I can think of and telling them to pass it on as well. I wish I had known all this last year. Right? So that's just a little letter that could go on the reverse side of your property flyer right in your flyer box. Right? If you got a lot of upside-down homeowners in and around that listing, why not? Right? Or if you don't have a lot of upside-down homeowners around that listing because it's a hot market, you saw the other letter, why not just print it on the reverse side of your property flyer? Right? The point is when the neighborhood homeowners come empty your flyer box, you're leveraging. You want them to go, oh, whoa, hey, right? We're thinking about selling our home. We ought to interview this agent. So in your back office, in the back office of these systems, I've got a ton of tools, like postcards, door hangers, letters, business cards, stuff. I'm not going to go into right now. But download the monthly newsletter. Look at this. Click. Right. Here's the newsletter just waiting. So, in fact, here's the May newsletter. I can just click. Click. Right. And let's just watch what happens. Save and open. Let's open up the newsletter for May. Right. Today's May 2nd. Let's look at what May looks like. The welcome mat. All right. So in the month of May, here's the welcome mat, and it's ready to print. Right. There's those pages, and there's the inside. Let's look at what the inside pages look like. There's the inside pages. Bottle your own barbecue in May. Call me Mr. Clean. Take 25. TV's not memorable matriarchs. They're most memorable matriarchs. In your little quiz, you can. It's fun stuff. Fun stuff. People that engage with it. It's a great looking newsletter, isn't it? And again, where's the mailing label go? Right here. Just put the little mailing label right here. Thing goes out in the mail. You fold it up 2 folds. It goes out the size of a postcard. Your web address, your web address, your web address, and here's your contact information. If you want to have a nice pretty picture of yourself right there standing in front of a home, you could do that too. Right? But you just click print, there's your newsletter. You don't have to do anything. It's just ready to go every month. All you need to do is decide what you're going to put in it this month. Comps, handwritten note, tips, letter. What's going to go in it? Who's it going to? Your farm area? Right? Is it going to your center of influence? That's probably going to dictate what you're going to put in it. Right? But when in terms of shaking the apple trees and in terms of working a farm, here you go. Right? And by the way, get a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. And listen, if the short sales are dried up in your marketplace now and they're going away, I've got more versions of this newsletter. In fact, if I've got any current clients on here right now, you're going to be really excited because next month you're going to have some real freedom with this newsletter. I'm giving you some space to do things. Space to do things like, for instance, bring in your mortgage partner, right? You might want to have a column. Like, in fact, you might want to have a section in here for rates, right, where your mortgage partner could put their logo. Why do I keep reducing this? That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go to the next page. So a column where your mortgage partner can actually put their face, their logo, and some rates for the month, right? Why would your mortgage partner want to do that? They're helping pay for the postage, right? You could do that. You could do that. So, and if you want to get rid of the short sale book because there's no more short sales in your marketplace, no problem. We've got some other images you put there for free reports that people are going to want from your website. So my newsletter, The Welcome Mat, you guys, quite frankly, it rocks. Joe Stump, he's good. Craig Forte, Service for Life, it's good. But I looked at their stuff really well before I designed mine. I said, hey, look, I'm going to go look at the best newsletters I can find on the market, and I'm going to make something better, and I'm going to charge less. That was my goal, and I pulled it off. Right. So you guys go shop for newsletters, but come back here when you're done shopping. I've got one for you. Right. So what I want you to know, what we're doing over here at Simple Listing Solutions, I arm agents to the teeth with farm tools, with FSBO tools, probate tools, expired tools, divorce tools, going after your center of influence tools, and I give you a magic website that converts into any language your prospect speaks, and you can do whatever you want to the website. And if you don't want to do anything to it, that's okay, because we'll help you. Right. That's what we do. Right. And so if you have a website right now that costs you more than $39 a month, month to month, no contract, and it doesn't do this, you're paying too much. Right. If you've got a website right now that doesn't include the newsletter, how come? Right. If you've got a website that doesn't convert into any language and it doesn't come with, here's what it ought to come with. Look, let's go over here to tools. I'm going to click on offline marketing. Okay, offline marketing. Right. If your website doesn't come with 2 ebooks that you're the author of, they're ghostwritten for you and you can edit. You've got editing capability of these books. Right. If it doesn't come with direct response letters like this, press releases about your book in English and Spanish, if it doesn't come with door hangers in English and Spanish saying get a free copy of my book, just log on, if it doesn't come with postcards in English and Spanish saying hey, just go visit the website for a free copy of the book, just log on, if it doesn't come with take one flyers for your open house events, because again, the purpose of an open house is to get listings, you want the neighbors to come over and fall in love with you and your information, right? If it doesn't come with business cards, you can just print and go, oh, cool, now I know how to use this business card. If it doesn't come with corrugated plastic bandit signs, avoid foreclosure, have your lender forgive your debt, sell your home, pay nothing, owe nothing, save credit, right? If it doesn't come with, check this out, let's log back in. I'm going to log back into the back office just like Susan one more time. Susan, there we go, Susan. All right. If it doesn't come with a bunch of Craigslist ads, right, and wrong ones. Let's go look at the juicy ones. If it doesn't come with want free help saving your underwater home through the government HARP 2.0 refi program, HARP 2.0 has arrived, new government program, helps underwater homeowners. Right. With the HARP 2.0 refi program, I was able to refi to today's low rates, on and on and on. Craigslist ads, and by the way, these image Craigslist ads, to get them in Craigslist, all you have to do is copy the code, copy, go paste it into Craigslist, and this ad appears right in Craigslist. And guess what? When the ad appears in Craigslist and people click on it, it takes them to, where does it take them to? It takes them to, well, I got to put my pen down here. It takes them to wherever you want them to go. What page do you want them to land on? Well, if it's the HARP 2.0 ad, you probably want them to arrive on the Refinance with HARP 2.0 page, which just changed this code. So now if I paste this code into Craigslist, right, this ad will appear, and when people click on it, it will take them directly to my HARP 2.0 page where they're going to go meet Tom. Make sense? Sure it does. Right? Which means if I run the Craigslist ad that says get $45,000 when you short sell your home, when they click on it, they're going to arrive right here. And they're going to see a video and a headline and a free book. Right? Craigslist, get $45,000 in short sale. Click. Here they are. Oh, wow. Right? And so let's take that one step further. I can make any page that I want, and I will for you guys right now. If you've got the time, I can just go menu, right? And I can say customize website. And just for fun, I can make a page called monkeys, right? And for page ID, I'm just going to make it MNKY. Page title is going to be Funky Monkey, right? So now I'm making a new page called Funky Monkey. There it is, submit. I just made it. Okay, I'm going to go menu. Now, if you go to my website and you reload, you're going to see, Chris, there's no page over here called Funky Monkey. Well, there's not a Funky Monkey page yet because it's still hanging out over here on my menu. I haven't dragged it over. Hey, Funky Monkey, come on over. Funky Monkey now moved over, right? So now if I come over here and I reload, well, I've got a page called Funky Monkey, right? Let's click on it. Nothing there yet. Let's do something real quickly so you guys can see how cool this is. Let's go over to YouTube. And on YouTube, let's just type in, I don't know, Funky Monkey. Will we find something under Funky Monkey? Probably. YouTube is YouTube. Funky Monkey. Hopefully we won't find any X-rated. Okay. Brass Monkey, that Funky Monkey. Oh, I think that's a song. Okay, let's click on that video. All right. So now here we've got a video called Brass Monkey, that Funky Monkey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this URL right up here from YouTube, and I'm going to copy it. Okay. And now we're going to turn off that video. We don't need to watch it anymore. Okay. So I'm going to come back into my back office, and I'm going to click Menu. And I'm going to click Customize Website. And I'm going to scroll down to that page called Funky Monkey. Here it is. And I'm going to click Edit. Right? Now I'm going to type in a headline right here. As soon as my little thing stops spinning, I type in a headline that says, watch this funky monkey. All right, watch this funky monkey. I'm going to put a little exclamation point there, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to make it bold, just like I would in Microsoft Word. And since it's a headline, I'm going to make it big. We'll make it 24 point. And I'm going to get rid of these words right here that say insert content here. Now I'm going to put my cursor right here, and I'm going to click on this little thing that says, looks like a piece of film. And watch. I'm just going to paste in that YouTube video URL we just grabbed, insert. And now I'm going to say submit. I'm done. We're all done. Let's go back to our website. Okay, here we are on the home page. And we got this page over here, right, called Funky Monkey. Let's click on it now. Watch this, Funky Monkey. There's my video, right? I could watch it right here. I could have typed in anything I wanted. You're about to watch a video called Funky Monkey. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. But this could also say, you're about to take a tour of a lovely 3-bedroom, 2-bath, for sale by owner. Check it out. Right? That's how easy it is for me to build pages. Right? That's how easy it was to build this page. Right? This page. It's easy. I can change the color. I can insert 1,000 videos, 1,000,000 photos. There's no limit. There's no limit to how many pages I can make, how many photos I can insert, how many videos I can insert. And guess what? Your IT support works at Google. My business partner, Dave, over here, our little think tank up on the hill, there's just two of us. He just moved to Mountain View last week, and he's really complaining about the property prices up there. $1 million he's going to have to spend just to buy a shack. But he's on your team. He's a PhD computer programmer genius. And now I've got it inside of Google. So he's going to sneak around and see if he can find the button that's going to move all of these websites up to the top of the search engines. But that may take a while. But that's what we're doing over here at Simple Listing Solutions, you guys. There's nothing like it. Nobody doing anything like what we're doing. And our system is, I make it as absolutely affordable as possible. It's $39 a month, month to month. You get your own newsletter, you get your own website, you get all the tools, and you get all the help. For $30, that's less than $220s. A lot of you spend more than Starbucks every month on that, right? And you don't have a newsletter, right? Or if you do, it's not as good as mine. Maybe it is, but I don't think so, right? So if you guys wanted to do what we're doing over here, it's super, super easy. This month, 4/30/13, we've actually, boy, is this still active? Yeah, okay, good. You guys are still good. Okay. Yeah, you can come over here right now to Simple Listing Solutions, and if you want to get signed up, you can sign up. It's really super easy. We could have your website turned on in 2 days, have your books uploaded, all your tools uploaded, and you'd be in business this week. Right? You'd be in business this week. It's normally a $600 setup fee for this system, but right now it's half off. $297. Right? One-time setup fee, $297. That's it. And then it's $39 a month, month to month. There's no contract. And we're on your team. I bring this stuff. I set it up. We join your team. Right? And you can reach me for help. And you can reach IT support for help. So it's not like, here's your stuff. Good luck. We're going to Cabo. No, it's here's your stuff. We're on your team. Let's go get some listings so we can get some testimonials from you too. Like Jenny gave us, like Larry Martin gave us, like Tom Jacobs gave us, like Rick Geese gave us, like Adam Menconi with Sotheby's gave us, right? With Tom Reinberg down in Jacksonville, Florida gave us, like Ed Trivers gave us, right? We're not afraid to put people's names on here because you can look them up and say, hey, is Chris a big fat liar or what? And they'll say, nope. This guy, Adam Menconi, I was on the phone with him last week. I love Adam. Let me just read what Adam said, and then I'm going to let you guys go. He wrote, I joined almost 10 months ago. I love the system, but if I didn't like and trust Chris, I never would have worked with him. It was clear to me that he actually cared and wanted to help me. Call him crazy. People call me crazy all the time. Call him crazy, but after 10 months, he still gets on the phone and works with me on new ideas and strategies. Who does that? Question mark. Right? Joe Stump doesn't. Greg Proctor doesn't. Brian Buffini doesn't. Try and get those guys on the phone. Good luck. Won't happen. So anyway, that's what we're doing over here. If you guys want to work with us, we would love to work with you, and I'll love to come on your team. So thanks for your time today. I hope you got some great ideas. And remember, I just recorded this, so I'm going to post it over here on my Facebook page at the Short Sale Coaching Club. So if you want to come back and watch this at another time in the future, you'll be able to do that. Okay. Any questions before I let you guys go? Sorry, I didn't even ask. You need a domain name. So there's no other fees. There's no hidden costs or anything. There's just the setup fee, $297 right now, $297. And I can even break that up into payments for you if you needed help. Call me, right? There's no reason you shouldn't have this. Just call me up. Right. Now, you'll need a domain name. So that means you'll have to go over to GoDaddy and spend 11 or 12 bucks on a domain name. Yeah, but other than that, no, nothing else. Right? The website comes with a toll-free phone number, right? We'll give you a toll-free phone number. We record the script on it. We point it to your cell phone. It's got call capture. Comes with the system. $39 a month. I think it's an extra $4 or $5 for the toll-free number. You'll see when you go through the process. But that's what we're doing over here. All right. So don't be funky monkeys, you guys. Come on over here and play with us. We'd love to join your team. Right. And as long as you're not a funky monkey, you can be in the club. So any other questions? Will there be a request? Yeah, we got that. Will I have to start over if I have a site? If I have a site, will I have to start over? If you have a website that you like, you can copy all that content and bring it over onto the new website. I'll show you how to do that. If you're one of my members and you already have this site, you just don't know it. So no, you won't have to start over. You just need to get on the phone with me and say, hey, what do you mean? How come mine doesn't look like that? And I'll show you. It's really easy, right? If you were a former member of ours, if I'm understanding this question properly, and you want to get restarted, no way. You know what kind of love we give. Call me up. We'll give you some love, right? Oh, we'll make it easy for you. Anything else into my site, or can I merge this into my site? Yeah, you can merge it all into your site, right? How many websites? How many websites do you need, right? We've got 1 million. You can have as many as you want, but I don't know that you need more than one. Can I make 2 for the same monthly? Call me up on the phone. I'd love to. I'm gonna join your team. Any other questions? Going once, going twice. Thank you, you guys. Thanks for not keeping us a secret too. I hope you go have a fabulous day and go do great work. And again, thanks for your time today. Bye.